Let's first look at what happens when you divide something by 10. So let's say you have 132 and you want to divide 10 into it. Well, that'll go one time, and that's 10, and then 32. 10 will go on 32 three times. That's 30, remainder's 2. When you divide a number by 10, and if it doesn't go into it evenly, meaning if it doesn't end in 0, the remainder will always be the units digit. Okay? All right, so let's look at 13 to the 4k plus 2, and I'll worry about the 8 in a minute. Well, this is the same thing as, let's break this down. This is 13 to the 4k times 13 squared, because when you multiply like bases, you add your exponents. And then this first one is 13 to the 4k is 13 to the 4 raised to the k times 13 squared. Because when you have a power to a power, you multiply. So that would give you this 4k. Now 13 to the 4, 13 times 13 times 13 times 13 would end in what? Well, you start out with a 3. That's because of the 13. And then if you multiply that by 13, the units digit's 3. So you're going to get a 9. So I started out with 3, and now I'm going to get a 9. And now multiply the 9 by 3. 9 times 3 is 27. And then 3 times 7 is 21. So 13 to the 4th, that number is going to end in a 1. I hope you can see that. 13 times 13. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 and 1. And you get 961. Now multiply this by, that's how I got this 9. Now if you multiply that by 3, you're going to get 20 by 13, sorry. 3 times 7 is 27. So hopefully you see that pattern. All right, so this number will end in a 1. And no matter what you raise that to, you get a 1 in that 1's digit. To the kth power, you get that's still going to end in a 1. 13 squared is 169. That ends in a 9. So when you multiply these two numbers together, you get a 9. Now let's bring this 8 up here back into it. This is plus 8, and that gives you 17. So that's going to end in a 7. And when you divide that by 10, whatever number this happens to be, divide it by 10, the remainder will equal 7.